Hey everyone, this is Shilpa back with another video, and today I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why you should read the book Unfinished if you're a girl boss. So let's get started. Okay, before I start this whole reasoning thing, I just want to give 3 heads up clearly. A, I'm not a book reviewer. I really don't know how to review a book. B, I am a huge PC fan. When I say PC fan, a major PC fan. So it might sound biased from my end. Number 3, I am not really a person who looks at the language of a book, if the English is right or wrong. So don't judge me if you have found something wrong with the book. Honestly, I loved it myself. So I'm just gonna give you 10 reasons. Let's get started. Number 1, all this while we have seen this really confident side of Priyanka Chopra, who's already ready, always looking glamorous, ready with an answer, and savage and intelligent all the time. But this book sort of shows how vulnerable she can be, that she's also a human. It sort of gives a sense of calm, that you can be successful, you can be the most confident person, but you will go through ups and downs, you will feel low about yourself sometimes, and it's completely all right. You don't have to doubt yourself every other day and believe. Number 2, she spoke about her childhood. She got into the showbiz really early in her career, and she kept her childhood really private. So as an outside person, you don't know how her childhood. So it did make me inquisitive as a person who's hustling a lot. Is that, did she have everything easy? Did she have the amount of struggles or questions when she was growing up? And she has given an amazing insight into her childhood. She shows in the book how she dealt with bullying, how she was dealing with transition, she was dealing with change all the time, and she could deal with it. And I think that is something which is a great insight, considering that because of this boom of social media, a lot of young people are getting into really successful careers at this point in their life, and it sort of is important for them to be really okay about these things, to know that whatever they're going through, it's completely all right and it's not something out of the blue. So I think that book could really help you feel calm about your own situation. Number 3, she talks about her Miss India and Miss World journey in detail. In the shows or on YouTube, if you go and see, she was looking so confident, so pretty. Her answers were so nice and perfect, but we could sort of know about the BTS of the whole show, not only when she was going through it, but after that, how she got into Bollywood and all those things. And I sort of like the whole BTS part, because that shows the amount of effort, the struggle, a process of people when they are transitioning, into bigger things. So yeah, I think that is something that a girl boss could totally relate, considering that a lot of people don't understand what you must be going through, and that book could be your relatable place. Number 4, she talks about her nose surgery. Yes, as a Bollywood fan, and what we have seen throughout these many years and heard so many Bollywood news, we have heard a lot about Priyanka Chopra's nose job and stuff that she got, and plastic surgery that she got, and for what reason she would have gotten. So all these news had floated before, and we never got a chance to hear what Priyanka's perspective was. And I'm not gonna give spoilers, but she spoke about it and things made a lot of sense. So if you'd like to maybe know that, you can read the book. I think it makes sense. Number 5, in the memoir, she not only speaks about her success or her journey, but also talks about her peers. Yes, peers who are women, peers who are trying to make this a better industry, people who are trying the level best to get into the industry, make amazing movies, doing amazing job. You know how, I'm just going to give a little bit of sneak peek, you know how they kept pitting Lara Dutta, Dia Mirza and Priyanka Chopra against each other all the time, considering three of them were in the pageant and won the pageant. She uplifted every woman in her story, and that is something that I highly believe in, and I love the fact that she did that, because it is not only necessary to uplift yourself but also the woman beside you, rather putting them down. So yeah, that is something that I really liked about the memoir, and a girl boss would totally like it. Number 6, she talks about favoritism. I don't want to call it nepotism because that's going to get into another trouble, but we know that favoritism is something that exists. I'm not going to explain further in that what my perspective or opinion about is, but she talks about it and how she dealt with it and how things were difficult at that point of time. And now that she's become a star herself, now that she has a family where both her and her husband are stars, and eventually if they plan to have a kid, they might be called a nepo kid or something like that, but she explains it in a very different manner, which I think you should read. But I think a lot of you must have heard it in her interview, is that favoritism, what favoritism does is just entertain the people in the table. What successful people can do is, of course, take care of their family, but branch out or open doors for people to join that table as well, so that you can increase the size of the table. And that is something that I really appreciate. Number 7. Now, you might think that the memoir is just branding herself, boasting about Priyanka Chopra and the brand that she is, but at the same time, I loved the fact that she talked about her mistakes, the wrong things that she ended up doing, the mistakes that she ended up doing, the things that she regrets doing in terms of her professional life and personal life. And that is something that makes you feel like nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect in what they do. We are defined by the choices, the mistakes, the good deeds that we do, and everybody has a part of it. And you just own up to it and move ahead, and that's what she mentions in her memo. Number is her and Nick's love story. I know we can't make that the prime thing of the book, but it is actually really well described in the book. How they met, how the wedding was, how he pursued, and how she was feeling about the whole thing. And I loved it because it was sort of a modern day romance that I really want to read. Why? Because we know who she is. We know how passionate she is about her career, how passionate she is about growing her career and her business. And there's nothing wrong with it when it comes to, marrying or having a family. So in the whole book, I'm just going to give a little bit of hint here. The best thing I liked about the whole story was the fact that he appreciated all those things, and he actually supports her and lets her be who she is. And I think in a place where we are constantly being told that women need to tackle so much, women need to multitask so much to make sure their personal and professional lives are equal, I think it also depends on the other half, how he or she is, making it balanced. So yeah, I think that is something, a great romance that a girl who really wants her career and have to have a nice love story can read. So, number 9, she talks about taking chances and risks and getting through it. She talks about how her journey was moving from Bollywood to Hollywood altogether, getting her own production company, how she wants to increase the area of storytelling in the Hindi film industry and Indian film industry altogether. So that is something that I really appreciated. Number 10, I think this was one of my favorite paragraphs of the book was. It is basically describing how when she went to audition for Quantico and how she was nervous because she never auditioned in her life. And how she pulled herself together when she said, you are Priyanka Chopra. And when she walked into that room and she did her job the way she does, and it's amazing. Oh, I think I forgot one more, is how she talks about her father really well. I was literally in tears when I read the book and the portion where she was dealing with her dad's death, or when he was in pain and how he pulled himself together for her award function and all those things. I don't want to give in too much, but it was one of the best way you could read about a girl and her father's relationship, and it's one of the amazing way that she has described that portion. So yeah, hope you like this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and as usual, please subscribe to my channel and comment below if you disagree with me about Unfinished Anyways. I'd love to have a conversation with you on my comment section. So yeah, until the next video, bye.